Alrighty, what's up, guys? So it's Devon back here again, and I do portrait photography. We're doing that for 6 years. So let's get right into it. So these are the 5 mistakes that portrait photographers make. Now, I know these because when in my first year, first 2 years, maybe even first 3 years, these are a lot of the mistakes that I was making. But thank goodness, like the consistency, I was able to identify those mistakes and fix them. So let's get right into it. So one of the first mistakes that a portrait photographer makes is not like having poses ready for the model to do. So the model will come, they will only have like a couple poses, then after the couple poses, they'll run out. So as a portrait photographer, you gotta be like, having a lot of poses in mind for them. Okay, fold your arms. Okay, do a pose like this, put both hands, look this way, get your profile. Like you gotta have like quick, you gotta be quick with it, have lots of them, just cause like within that 6 years, I got like 100 like poses that I can within a second go this hand here, like within like a couple seconds, just bring out all those poses. All right, so moving on. So the second is, and this is like a really beginner mistake. It's like if you're shooting outside, knowing where the sun is, like because if you put in your model like opposite of the sun, and it they'll be like looking and like squinting because like they're like the sun's beaming in their eyes, and so like all the all the pictures are like them like this, you know what I mean? So having just knowing where the sun is, and so you can know how to pose them, where to put them. You put them in the back, away from the sun, so they're not looking, or like have them in the shade, or like just to where they're not looking directly in the sun, or where they're not squinting, But so number three, it is making sure that like their hair, or like it's not like in their eye, or like not in a weird position. Because there've been so many times where you take a photo, right, and then you looking back and you notice like they have like this a few little hairs where the hairs are like in their eye, or like on their shoulder, which is like the hair in a really awkward place. Now you can fix this in your editing. You could like either do Photoshop or Lightroom and like mask it out. But just to save your time, make sure their hair is either all back or all front, not like in an awkward place, And even though it sounds obvious, it's kind of really hard to miss if you're like in the intense shoot for a couple hours, and all of a sudden you may miss a few of those little striking hairs. Anyway, so the third mistake, right, is hold on. Okay, so the third mistake that portrait photographers make is like not really having like a solid like contract when doing like more paid shoots or bigger shoots, or like more important shoots, like, or more like shoots where a contract is definitely needed. So I mean, you should do a shoot almost anywhere on all your shoots, but if you can't do them on all your shoots, do them on most of your bigger shoots, your longer shoots, just in case something happens, or that the client says, oh, they didn't like them, or they try to lie and say you didn't do them like the way that which you agreed to. Because that happened to me. Sometimes I'm doing like some bigger shoots. They're talking about, oh, this isn't what we agreed, but I have text messages that it's exactly what we agreed upon. But that was a long time ago, so it makes sure you have the contract. But okay, we're doing these shoots for this amount of time, this amount of money, at this location. Just the basic stuff, and that I get the right. I own the photos, and then get to edit them. Just the basic clauses to a photography contract. And there's all kind of templates online for you to look at for other photographers, their contracts. You can just look at them. Okay, this is what happened in a contract, and you can just adjust it to your needs and what you want. But anyway, so what was that, like the third? All right, so I guess we're on the fourth one. Okay, so the fourth mistake that portrait photographers use is like not having your settings and stuff set before the shoot, because then once the model comes over, then you're trying to like do a whole bunch of test shoots. But hold on, let me fix this. hold on, let me fix it, boom, hold on, let me fix it, boom, hold on, let me fix it. Like, you should already, like, 20 minutes or so before the model comes, you scope out the place that you need to shoot, and then you just have your settings and adjust them accordingly. Now, of course, you will move during the shoot, and you have to readjust, but I'm saying for the most part, like, know where you're shooting and kind of know around like 90% of what your settings are automatically going to be. And with experience, you'll learn that, okay, if I'm shooting outside, most likely I'm going to do these settings. If I'm shooting in the sun, if I'm shooting indoors or in the shade, like you'll learn to do that as you go. But if you're just starting out, you don't want to spend a long time while the model is just there waiting and you taking like forever to get your shoots. Anyways, so the fifth, and I do mean 5. So the fifth mistakes that portrait photographers do make is just like not being prepared enough before the shoot. Like before the shoot, you should know everything. You should know where your lighting is coming from, what background you're going to use, and what poses you're going to do. So it's a little bit of combination from all the tips I gave before. It's just being prepared before the shoot, because when the model comes, you guys should be ready for everything. Cameras, every setting, blah blah. Of course, there will be like changes depending on where you shoot. If like there's a sudden weather change, of course you can't, predict that. But what you can control, you should be all prepared with everything. So all right, guys. So those were the 5 tips for portrait photographers. If you guys have any tips, let me know in the comments down below. I have these photography series that I do. I also do short films. I also do vlogs. Go watch all of those. All right, see you guys in the next video. Peace.